Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well and looking forward to the trading week up ahead. We saw some interesting moves late last week, particularly on Friday. What I wanted to do is just run through a few charts, a few potential setups, and what I'll be looking at for this week. So if we start with the dollar index, we can see price has hit its head against this resistance level a couple of times. Sellers pushed the price down, broke the previous low. We stopped dead at the monthly pivot level, daily 200. And now what we're seeing here is potentially a daily phase two, should this price turn into a daily downtrend. What I'd like to see quite early this week is buying to stall and sellers come in very quickly around this region. If that happens, then I'm quite happy to sell dollar. Just watch out that every time price has hit the daily 200 recently, we've had this strong sort of pushback up from buyers up to the upper channel. So if buyers stay in control this week, I'm quite happy to take intraday buy setups all the way up to the monthly pivot level and upper channel region here. Euro, essentially the opposite move to the dollar. We've seen it in a downtrend, sort of consolidate, and then buyers push the price higher, breaking the previous high. We stopped dead at the monthly R2, and sellers have come in. What we're seeing here again could potentially be a daily phase two. I like to see sort of buyers come in around this sort of region very strongly, very early this week, and then if that happens, then I'm quite happy to buy euro this week. We're in a daily phase two, so obviously the 4 hour and the 1 hour are in a downtrend. Look for that reversal confirmation before looking to buy euro. So an inverted head and shoulders pattern, double bottom. If I see that around this sort of region, then again I'll be quite happy to buy euro. A change in trend, obviously on the smaller time frame, means a change in phase on the higher time frame. Dollar CAD, see price sort of move in this boring range for a while. Briefly poked its head at above the range, hit the top channel, and sellers have come in strongly, breaking the previous low. We've stopped dead at the daily 200, and again, this looks potentially a daily phase two. Look for that sort of seller confirmation, reversal confirmation, buyers stalling very early this week. And if that happens, I'm quite happy to sell dollar CAD all the way to sort of this region here, which is the 1.310 level. Again, just like dollar index, we've seen buyers push back strongly every time they've hit, every time prices hit the daily 200. So if buyers stay in control, I'm quite happy to take intraday buy setups all the way to the monthly level and upper channel region. Pound, I was hoping last week would make that sort of final push around this monthly pivot level here before moving down. It never happened, as on Friday we have broken support and just hovering on this long-term trend line. I'm quite happy selling pound all this week, looking for intraday sell setups on the 1 hour and 4 hour, initially targeting this sort of December 2018 swing low region, and then the monthly pivot level beyond that. Aussie, we hit that resistance level here, and then sellers muscled in. Again, just like the pound, I'll be looking for intraday sell setups on the smaller time frames. We have the monthly pivot level here to target, and then so that's the S1, and then we got the S2 below here. Kiwi, very similar movement to the Aussie. I was hoping price would make that sort of final push to the daily 200. Never happened. We've seen strong selling coming in. Look for those intraday sell setups and targeting these pivot levels. So we've got the S1 here and the S2 region over here. Dollar Swiss in a daily downtrend, as we can see. Currently in the daily phase two. Again, if I see strong sellers come back in, we could have the one loss push down to the sort of the 0.9800 region. Just a thing to point out that Swiss franc has hit extreme strength last week, and with extreme strength and extreme weakness, it doesn't last very long. So again, just watch out for this. If it is the move down here, if sellers do move push the price down over here, this could be the last move. Otherwise, we could be seeing the last cycle already here. Dollar yen moving in a very boring 60 to 70 pip range last week. Looking for a move back up to this resistance level. If I see strong selling coming in again, then I'm quite happy to trade with the trend, which is downtrend at the moment, targeting the S1 and the S2 levels. If you see buyers come in smash through this resistance level, then it'll put me off selling dollar yen and any yen cross. Gold, we saw buyers try to make a break for it on last Friday. It turned out to be a false breakout. Gold does tend to do well in the summer, so I'm looking for another move back down to this level here, which is around the 1320 region. Wait for the daily 20 EMA to catch up and look for a bounce back to the upside. We can see gold does respect the daily 20 quite a lot, so that's what I'll be watching out for. EURUSD, now in last week's advanced group analysis, this was highlighted as a buy. We saw it is in an uptrend, so we saw a phase 2 move down back to this level here, so a bounce off the 20 and push higher. So it has hit the target level, which was highlighted in the analysis. See the buy candles. If I zoom in here, you can see buy candles sort of becoming smaller as we hit that resistance level. Any sort of further push up, I think, is limited to this monthly R2 level here before strong sort of reversal. This currently where we are, where price is sitting, that is a very strong level. So if I zoom out onto the weekly chart, and we can see taking the fib level from this high and this low here, we are sitting bang on the 50 fib region here. So it's a very strong resistance level. Euro Kiwi, again, this was highlighted in last week's analysis as a buy. We're in a daily uptrend. We saw this phase 2 move down to the daily 200 and this sort of support level here. Moved up and hit our target level. Again, similar sort of approach to Euro Aussie. Any sort of move higher is limited to this R2 level here before we see a strong reversal and sellers push price back down. If it stays in this sort of region, then I'd favor it to move down similar to this sort of move here where we saw last year. Aussie CAD was another pair we highlighted in last week's analysis. This was a sell. It was successful. We saw target 1 hit. And again, look for those intraday sell setups. We've still got plenty of room to go down to the the S2 region and this 2018 swing low here. New Zealand CAD, again, highlighted on last week's analysis as a sell. Very successful, hit our target 1. And now I'll be looking at the S2 for our next sort of target. Look for those intraday sell setups again on this pair. Dollar Singapore saw a double top. Sellers pushing the price lower, breaking previous low, and now what we're seeing is a potential daily phase 2 and a retest of this sort of neckline. Again, if we see lots of selling coming around in this sort of region here, reversal confirmation on a smaller time frame, then I'm quite happy to sell this pair again to the downside. Next up is a New Zealand Swiss franc, seen on Friday. Price broke support, so I'll be looking for intraday sell setups targeting the monthly pivot levels highlighted here. Aussie Swiss franc price still hovering around that key sort of support level. If we see a strong push down, then I'm quite happy selling, similar to the New Zealand Swiss franc pair. Next up is CAD yen. Now, CAD yen is in a daily downtrend, as we can see. What is significant about this move up here, which was a daily phase 2, it's quite a strong one compared to the previous phase 2, which could be an indication and sort of like the first sign that sellers are starting to dry up, and we could be seeing a change in trend, a potential change in trends. So I've highlighted this 80.5055 region here. If I see seller stall, buyers come in, see that reversal confirmation on a smaller time frame, then I'm quite happy to buy CAD yen. And of course, if that happens, then we see a higher low and right shoulder form. Just if you zoom out onto the weekly chart, you can clearly see this is a strong level where we've seen buyers push the price higher before. So that is what my sort of expectation is, that we could see this move again. Again, it all depends on what happens with dollar CAD and dollar yen. Strong selling coming into dollar CAD and buyers smashing through that dollar yen resistance level, which I highlighted before, will help with this move back to the upside. Last pair I wanted to look at is essentially similar to the CAD yen approach. This is CAD Swiss, and it's in a daily downtrend. We've seen a strong daily phase 2. Again, buying has dried up, but there hasn't been any sort of strong selling for the moment. If we see a stall around this region level here, buyers come back in, then similar to the CAD yen approach, I'm quite happy to buy CAD Swiss. And again, highlighting about dollar Swiss reaching extreme strength already, we could be seeing a sort of turn in dollar Swiss, which would help with this pair here. Okay, so that is it from me. If you have any questions, then of course just send a message to the FMO team. I hope you enjoyed that video. Just wait for that sort of confirmation. Don't get into trades too early, and just wait for that confirmation of smaller time frames before trading the trend. Hope you have a good week and happy and safe trading.